Hello YouTube, what is up? I am back with another top 10 list, and this time it's my personal top 10 favourite swordsmen in fiction. I would like to apologise first of all if this video is a bit longer, but I've decided to speak slow because I did a couple of earlier recordings of this video and the quality wasn't so good and it sounds like my voice is robotic and kind of jumpy. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way before I move on with the rest of the video. Alright, but yes, I'm back on the top 10 list for top 10 fictional swordsmen. I would have kept this list to video games, but I know that some characters on this list originate from the video game world. Also, to keep things fair, I'm sticking to one character per franchise, and it can be a hero or a villain or whatever. And as usual, if you have any suggestions for a swordsman you didn't see on the list, or if you have a top 10 list that you would like to see me do, drop me a line in the comment section, by which I mean a line of words, not Anyway, let's move on, shall we? This is my top 10 favourite fictional swordsmen. Number 10, Nightcrawler from X-Men. When Nightcrawler started out, obviously people became familiar with him because he's just like the other X-Men. He's netcast, and he's also one of my favourite X-Men as well. But it's not his fault that he's netcast. After all, his mother is Mystique, and his father is a demon named Azazel. So is it any wonder why Nightcrawler looks the way he does? Anyway, later on in the comics, Nightcrawler became quite a little swashbuckler, and not only holds a sword with both his hands, but also can hold one with his tail as well. You can't tell me that that's not a really cool thing to do. Next up, number 9, Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry. There are many reasons why Leo is my favourite turtle. One of them is because he's one of the few characters that leads a team that I've seen that takes the leadership position very seriously. Another one is because he's just plain cool in my opinion, and he knows where he's loyal to his lot. My last reason is that his ninja swords, which are not katana swords as people call them. I don't know why I feel the need to point that out, but still. The swords are pretty cool to look at, and of all the turtles, Leo knows how to use his weapons to the best of and his ability. Number 8, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I figured that this guy was kind of inevitable, so why not put him on the list early to get him out of the way? Easily one of the oldest ninjas in video game history, let alone swordsman, Hayabusa has been around for a very long time and he holds a special place in people's hearts. Also owning one of the coolest katanas to ever grace video game screens, Ryu's tough demeanour is easily one of the best weapons he possesses. Well, that along with the magical katana he uses to chop up bad guys like so much confetti. Number 7, Strider Hiryu from the Strider games. Oh my god, did I just put Strider Hiryu with Ryu Hayabusa in this list? Yes I did, so deal with it bitches. I joke of course. I guess between Hayabusa and Hiryu, I like Hiryu just a little bit more. Maybe it's the fact that his sword is basically a more solid version of a Star Wars lightsaber and more super extending as well. Maybe it's because I think he looks cooler than Ryu, or maybe it's because I played with Hiryu first in one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games, I think. The first one maybe. I have no clue. All I know is that Hiryu is badass, cool, and his sword just kicks major booty. Number 6, Yoshimitsu from Tekken. Of all the swordsmen that I've put on this list, I think Yoshimitsu is definitely a bit of an oddball. I mean, he's not only possibly the most unorthodox entry on this list, but he's one of the weirdest characters I've played as. A good character, don't get me wrong, but weird still. But hey, he's still deserving of a place on this list. He's a half cyborg, half ninja thing, and he's one of the first swordsmen I've got to play around with. And he was one of my favourite Tekken characters before Jin Kazama rolled around and took that position. Number 5. 5. I have to number these at some point. But today is not that day. Moving on, number 5, Link from The Legend of Zelda. Yet again, another inevitable entry on this list. Like Ryu Hayabusa, who was also inevitable. Also like Ryu Hayabusa, Link's Master Sword is not only one of the most recognizable swords in video game history, pardon me, but one of the most recognizable swords in fiction, full stop. Link is also one of the best noted heroes in video games, and even with his widely varied arsenal of other weaponry and gear that he used to fight the forces of the evil Ganondorf, the Master Sword is easily his best weapon of the bunch. Number 4, Cloud from Final Fantasy. Oh, you guys so totally knew that this guy was going to come on at some point. Owning one of the largest swords in the video game, Cloud is one of the few people capable of actually being able to swing his Buster Sword around with little effort, and both Cloud and Display perfectly complement each other because of their brutality. I could have easily picked any lead character from Final Fantasy series, and honestly, Squall, Sephiroth, and Auron were all very close seconds. But I guess it's Cloud's popularity that rockets him to the top of this particular food chain. Number 3, Roronoa Zoro from One Piece. God, that's difficult to say. I will say that I haven't seen much of One Piece, but I have seen enough of this character to know that he definitely deserves a spot on this list. One of the first members of the Straw Hat Pirates, as well as the crew's second best fighter behind the Captain Monkey D. Luffy, Zoro's main ambition in the series is to become the world's greatest swordsman, along with being my third and final entry on this list to use more than one sword to fight with. Zoro is also one of the first anime characters I ever saw that has green hair. That might sound random, but One Piece is a pretty random show for an anime. That doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it. Number 2, Dante from Devil May Cry. I know what you're all thinking. Why is my favourite video game character of all time number 2 on this list and not number 1? Well, because I like my number 1 pick just a bit more. Pardon me. However, you all know how much I love Devil May Cry, and Dante is very much the primary reason. Oh god. That was wrong with me. Excuse me for this, I'm so sorry. But yeah, he's very much the primary reason, whether it's in the old games or the new one. Dante inherited his signature sword Rebellion from his father Sparta, and in the video games he uses it to kick some major ass and raise a lot of hell. But as awesome as he is, he just fell short of my number 1 pick on this list. Before I cut my way to my number 1 pick, I'd like to list some honourable mentions that just failed to make it. Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, Raziel from the Soul Reaper Legacy of Kain series, Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, and Trunks from the Dragon Ball franchise. Now, my number 1 pick is... I'm gonna stop making these noises and tell you my number 1, which is Michael Carpenter from the Dresden Files. I was honestly torn between Michael Carpenter and Dante from Devil May Cry for my top spot, but I guess I like Michael just a bit more. As one of the more moral characters in the Dresden Files series, Michael is a Knight of the Cross, which is a group of 3 knights that each uses a unique sword, and each one of those swords has one of the nails that hung Jesus Christ embedded into its hilt. The one that Michael wields is Amarakius, a large broadsword, and while it helps him to vanquish the baddies, it's Michael's belief in the Almighty and his prayer of faith that help him too. For those reasons, and for him being one of the best characters I've seen to convey religion in a surprisingly positive way, he takes the number 1 spot on my list. Now, once again, I would like to apologise if this video is crappy quality, and you know, I can't apologise enough for stuff like that, and I'm sorry for my little hiccups and stuff, but hey, everyone makes mistakes. And also, I'd like to give shout outs to pretty much everyone who watches my videos, so that's about 2 of you. So, yeah, and love my family, love my friends, you're all freaking awesome. And as usual, like this video if you want, or dislike the video if you want, it's your choice. Subscribe if you want, comment, share, blah blah blah. And as usual, if you have any suggestions for lists that you would like to see me do, I will do what I can to do them. And I will see you on the next top 10 list, which I'm thinking about right now. But what will it be? Only time will tell. Anyway, adios.